Welcome back to another episode of Graphs and Yes. This is your go-to podcast for everything that is pro wrestling. We're going to recap what's happened inside and outside of the ring from the last week. You guys know the go, man. Whether you're a lifelong fan like us or you're just a victim of the wrestling algorithm, we thank you for being here and we hope you enjoy. It's going to be a big one today. All right, we just had the biggest party of the summer. SummerSlam just went down. We had a Raw, a SmackDown, everything else in between. So we got to cut to the chase, all right? I'm Phil Fresh, one half of the show, here back again with my boy TF, Tony Free. But this week, we had to bring in a third, bro. The Shield is back together. We all put our fists in the middle. We said, believe that. So joining us today on Graphs and Yes to break down SummerSlam. You might know him, one half of Granny Flat comedy. You may have seen him on Last King of the Crosshair. You might have seen him down at Summer Bay, home and away. And you maybe saw him in Perth with us last year. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Graphs and Yaps, Dave Hoey, my boy. Welcome.
Yeah. Dude, this is the only podcast I ever want to do ever. I told you ages ago, I was like, I had proper beef with you, man. You had heat in my books because I said to you once upon a time, if I ever did a podcast, it would be a wrestling podcast and we should do it together. Then a year goes by, dummy, yeah. He starts one with his friend Tony, who's way better.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot about that though. And then until you just brought it up now.
I forgot about that though.
I forgot about that. No, I remember seeing that because I remember when we posted about this podcast, last year. And then you commenting, and then I think you DM'd me being like, hey, man. And then I remember seeing the DM of you being like, we should start a wrestling podcast. I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, I heard that.
High first entry.
And it took us a whole year to get you on after the fact as well. Look, man. That's
crazy.
My sincere apologies. But listen, bro, you know what? Maybe it worked out for the better, bro. You have been a very busy man. You're doing everything, bro. How are you finding Granny Flat, acting, and then also in between, taking bumps?
Bro, taking bumps it's hard. The only hard thing about taking bumps is that training is an hour away. So I'm doing that thing that I'll be able to talk about in my documentary. You know how like Roxanne Perez always talks about how she got on a bus and traveled like 3 hours to training. My version of that's going out to like Liverpool-ish way.
Wow.
And I go an hour and I train in a warehouse, bro.
Putting in the work,
huh? Big bumps, bro, and I get home at like 10 p.m., but it's worth it, man. It's worth it for the pursuit of the soul of PWA Championship.
Damn, it's that.
He's calling everyone out as well.
But I'm not going to get booked for like a year, I reckon. So I just got to keep pumping, dude.
Hey, well, look, to be fair, you are like, out of all of us here on this show right now, you have the most substance to your criticism because Tony and I have never taken a bump. So, whatever you say, you actually, there's a bit of weight to it. So I'm glad you're here.
Oh, dude, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. I did sunset flips earlier in the week. On Monday, I was doing sunset flips. And everything in wrestling is way scarier when you're doing it. Things like just the simplest stuff. Baseball slide to the outside of the ring was the worst injury I've ever got in wrestling. Because you just slide out. All you have to do is slide out. But I kept my leg up like this. My foot was like that when I was sliding it. And then I hit it on the ropes, and the ropes are like steel.
Yeah.
And I had a bump. What do you call it? I don't know. It had fluid in it for like 2 months.
Oh.
But that's what we do on the road to WWE ID.
No, respect. And thank you for your service as well, by the way. Tony Free, listen, this is for the real ones, the real grappin' yappers that follow us on YouTube and watch the videos. You'll see that Tony Free has a special background, but for the audio listeners, Tony Free, describe what's going on.
This is a special commemorative background for myself in honor of the inaugural and best ever interim WWE Women's Champion, our girl, big fan of the pod, I'm sure, Chelsea Green.
Oh.
Is Phil just frozen on us?
Phil's frozen. Phil frozen.
He was so shocked.
News, bro.
He's been reset to factory settings,
What a line. What a line. We're going to talk about that, eh? Oh, he's gone. He's
Oh,
back.
he's
I've
returned.
I have no idea what happened there, but you know what? Riverside said, "Shut the hell up about Chelsea Green, bro."
Damn.
I missed that whole yarn, man. Listen, I'll listen to the podcast back, bro. You know, I'll hear that back in when it's out.
We didn't get to yarn too far.
Thank God, man. Well, look, I mean, maybe that's a sign for us to get straight into it. TF, I got to tell you, you know, I feel like it was last week or the week before. I was telling you I was watching a lot of TNA, old pay-per-views. This week, I watched the entire story of the Main Event Mafia. Now, are either of you familiar with the MEM?
Damn right.
Yes. Yeah.
They have got to be. I think they are the funniest stable of all time. Watching the promos that they did, because the thing is also, you know, it's Kurt Angle, it's Kevin Nash, Booker T, Scott Steiner, Sting.
That's who made it.
Yeah, they were the OGs, but like, man, like they are so clearly like well into the second half of their professional careers. Like they're all so old, and they're out here like talking like, "Man, we're gonna get you AJ Styles, we're gonna get you Samoa Joe," and I'm like, and every time I'm sitting there, and I'm legit laughing out loud. Like yesterday, I was on the couch, and I was doing some other shit, and I just remember seeing parts of it and hearing the theme song as well. Fuck, it's too good, bro. And Booker T for some reason has like this weird accent in it. He always does. Shout out to that guy, guys. Definitely recommend watching the story of the Main Event Mafia. I mean, if you're not familiar, even the people listening right now, if you don't know, get familiar. All right.
Well, I think Dynamath was born during the Main Event Mafia. I think it was 2008 TNA. So yeah.
Oh, you know, so Steinermouth was born during that because there's also this one promo where like the whole time he keeps bringing up Samoa Joe and he's going, "He's fat. He's fat." But then you know what else is born from the Main Event Mafia? It's that Kurt Angle meme where he's like in the back, like the backstage area. You may have just seen just a little clip of him going, "Yeah." That is part of the Main Event Mafia storyline as well.
Damn.
Yeah. Did you ever watch TNA growing up, Dave?
Yeah, I did because a lot of my wrestling stuff came through video games. I always found a video game first and then got into it. So WWE was SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, and that's how I got into it. Like my first favorite wrestler ever was Goldust. And then it was the same thing. I think it was around like 2008. They brought out the TNA game. And I was like, well, there's another wrestling company? That's kind of crazy. And then started playing as like AJ and Samoa Joe and...
Was that the one with Suicide?
Yeah, I feel like he was there the whole time. Wasn't he? Like,
I have no idea. I think he was like...
He was there the whole time.
AJ was always there. Booker T was kind of there for obviously Angle as well.
Yeah.
Man. Bring back the six-sided ring.
You reckon? Oh, that would hurt so much. I can see how that would have hurt so much.
Even the sound of people taking bumps on it, I'm like,
no, it's not right.
Yep. No, that makes sense why they got rid of that and just kept it to 4.
Yeah.
Safety. Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe it's something you want to float by PWA. See what they say about that. I don't even know where you go to build that.
Man, I don't even know who to talk to about such things.
Really? What about the boys, Mano and Manouche?
The boys.
Yeah. Shout out to them. We got to get them on the show, TF.
Dude.
Oh, 100%.
Dude, they're the biggest wrestling nerds there is. That's the best thing about going to a wrestling. You forget that, like, when I started training in wrestling, I had no idea that, the whole reason everyone is there is because they're just a mark. We're all just wrestling nerds, dude. There's no nuance when it comes to this. You either love it and you're watching it every week, or you just get lost. You get lost in the sauce.
Amen. Hey, man, it's full of love of the game, man. And you can, I guess, you know, we've been to a couple of PWA shows. You can tell, man. They're about it.
Dude.
Dead on about it. All right. Let's get into what's been going on. We'll start with some outside the ring news. I saw this announced on SummerSlam weekend. There is plans for a WrestleMania 43 watch party in New York City, Madison Square Garden. Obviously, WrestleMania happening in Saudi Arabia. But for the Americans, you know, they can't leave the Americans out in the dark. They've got a watch party in MSG where they'll be streaming the whole thing. And then plus, after that, they'll get NXT Standard Deliver on one night and then AAA Eternal Glory the other night. I did some quick math. That's got to be at least 6 hours of wrestling in one day. Could either of you do 6 hours of wrestling?
feel like we've all done it, haven't we? Did we all go to Mania's pre 2 nights?
Oh, I've been there. I'm
Yeah,
familiar.
that's true.
I
I tell you
don't know
what,
if I could do a digital watch party as
there'll
part
be
of
a
the.
lot of ads. A lot of ads
Oh
in
my
that time.
gosh!
This weekend alone, when it comes to ads, man, I got a whole yarn about that, but we'll save it for the breakdown.
Save it for Gable versus Penta. Oh man,
Yeah, we have to save it for that.
I don't know.
But what you don't reckon you'll be rocking with a live viewing, not necessarily seeing the wrestling live, but seeing it on screens? You reckon that's gonna be whack?
For 6 hours, it's pretty. 6 hours is just a long time to. I'm just scarred from.
Spend with wrestling fans?
Well, I just nah, bro. We love wrestling fans. That's your whole audience. That's crazy talk. You start dissing the fans.
I'm allowed to say it. I'm allowed to say it.
Oh, bro, yeah, yeah. Some of us fans suck, but no, it's just like 6 hour shows so long, and by the time you get to the main event, it's kind of crazy. But if they're splitting it up, so are they doing AAA afterwards? They're top and tailing it.
Yeah, so I think so. Night one it'll go, and then after the night one finishes, then they'll do NXT because I think that works out timing wise, like for the States.
Uh huh.
Because I think for us, well, like Saudi shows normally go like early morning for us, right, Tony?
Yeah, something like that. So I think so. You're saying they're doing NXT night one, AAA night two. Is that what's happening?
I don't know exactly, but I think that'll be the play. It'll be like they'll view night one, and then it'll have some live wrestling after that.
Hey, you know what this reminds me of? If they're going to be, having a live stream happening in New York, remember the good old days of when they'd cut to the like it'd be during like Monday Night Raw, and they cut to WWE World in New York, and you have
the
all those
cafe.
fans in that bar. Yeah,
Yeah,
bring that back.
we
Bring that
should
back.
do that. Where would we? Where would that be held in Sydney though? Where would they? Where would they build it? Barangaroo or something?
Or like an outdoor viewing thing.
Yeah,
I'd be pretty sick.
they should.
That spot next to the Crown where they do the outdoor cinema stuff.
Oh yeah,
Next to the
Barangaroo.
Crown. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I wonder how many people would turn up to that though.
Hey,
I'm just saying we should definitely just do our own watch.
we have to do one. Yeah, let's take this conversation off here. Maybe that's something we need to talk about when the cameras are off.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, that's only the really bit of outside the ring news. Obviously, everything that was major and important that happened this week happened inside the ring as part of SummerSlam. So let's get into the recap of the week, and let's start with, I guess, the main event of Sunday. I would say the main event of the whole damn weekend, and I'll go even further and say I think the best match of the whole weekend: Roman Reigns defeating Seth Rollins. Man, that was. I honestly think that was, yeah, I think it was the best match of the whole weekend. Tony, what do you think?
100%. The only thing that the only negative I'll take out of this is that it did not happen at WrestleMania. Like that, it looks like this would have been this year's WrestleMania if it weren't for Seth Rollins being injured, and it sounds like this is the end of the story now. That was the final chapter, so it doesn't look like we're getting it at next year's WrestleMania. So that's the only sad part for me, because it just had, it was blockbuster from start to finish. And yeah, I think everything they did was so poetic as well. Yeah, 10 out of 10, no notes.
Yeah, there the whole, I guess, build going into it. It was like, this will be the last time that we'll do this. Dave, we spoke about it, Tony and I last week. We were like, I don't know, I don't think this will be the last time. But now that it's in the dust, did it feel like that was the last time that they're going to do that match?
Proper last time, unless they want to really put heat on either of them, I think, because they're in that territory where they're both just loved right now. But they just did so much in that match that tied everything up. So there'd have to be a new complication if they wanted. They'd have to start like a new era with them, which I just don't think at this point in their careers would make a whole lot of sense. Like all the stuff with like the chair, like the opportunity to use the chair again.
Yeah.
He had every excuse to use it, could have done it, chucks it to the side. We're not doing that no more. It started as us and it ends as us. Come on!
Seriously.
You don't have to put it back. We can just remember that. But I agree with Tony. That felt mania spec. But I guess
Well, you could have said that about either main events, like with Cody and Punk too. I'm like, both of those, you could send that to WrestleMania. Like, I think both of them are safe in that. But
yeah,
yeah, this match here, like, I think the thing that sold it to me, that, obviously that chair spot thing where he's like, I don't need this anymore. But the thing that sold to me that this was the legit last time was that there was no interference. Like they had a ref bump, and there was an opportunity there. I'm like, oh, here we go. But they didn't do. It was no like bloodline interference. Anyone else running in there. It was just sweet. This is us. I also liked the ending, like after the match, where they're all standing there. Roman does the shield, the shield bump, holds it out there. Seth's out there. He's kind of reluctant, but he's like, yeah, no, actually, you know what? Let's run this. And then the mask, the little mask in the middle, the little Ambrose mask, and the references as well that they did in the match, the dirty deeds, and then the wacky line as well. Yeah, man, this was a nice full stop. I don't think I need to, and it sounds like from both of you, we don't need to see this anymore.
Good.
But I am curious. What do we do with Seth? Seth he wasn't on Raw. This is done. What's next for Seth to come? Do you have any ideas, Dave?
Yeah. So, in the storyline, you injure Sol Ruka, and then he's getting Becky Lynch and Stephanie Vaquera outnumbered, and then Seth comes in 6-man against Judgment Day. And it's Seth versus Roxanne, Raquel, Liv. Book it, why don't you?
Tough life.
I don't know what to do with Seth, bro. I don't have a clue. He's done everything with everyone. There'd have to be a new thing, a new angle, a new...
So that's why he would have to go for the women in the Judgment Day. I hear it.
Well, I mean, he's done everything. Except...
Or has he?
Yeah, except take a Pop Rocks.
TF, what do you reckon?
He's been very vocal about one person who he does not like holding a championship, and that's CM Punk. So maybe Seth Rollins now has to go to SmackDown. He's kind of, he's been to the top of the mountain on Raw. He's had that World Heavyweight Championship. He's now lost, I guess, his streak that he had against Roman Reigns. So I think now it makes sense for Seth to go over to SmackDown and get back into that feud with CM Punk, which is, again, another box office hit. That might be next year's Mania main event.
You see it dragging out till then?
Possibly, yeah. I think, what are we in now? We're in August. They can definitely drag it out till April or late March if that's when WrestleMania is happening.
It feels like also it would kind of like... It would be like a full circle to like when Punk first returned a few years back, because they were both like baby faces, but they both clearly hated each other. Whereas now... we're kind of back in that spot with Punk, well, at least for right now. He's a babyface. Seth, obviously a babyface. But I guess, yeah, the only difference is that Punk has the belt now and Seth's on the chase. So I don't hate that. I forgot that there's like kind of unfinished business there. So
I think it's also cool for Seth to be going after the, as Roman Reigns would put it, the number 1 title. Seth kind of made that number 2 belt, so I think it'd be nice for him to hold the main one at the moment.
Yeah.
It's funny you bring out the number 1 and number 2. Do you reckon it's like kind of equal level now that Roman's holding it?
A little bit. I think it helps that it's on Netflix.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the World Heavyweight Championship feels bigger right now, but it's probably a Roman situation. It's probably I've always loved the big gold belt. But,
yeah.
I don't know. Just after the weekend, it positions it to be the biggest championship.
After SummerSlam, yeah, literally, I've written it in our little notes. Roman Reigns is once in a generation, bro. I don't care.
Yeah,
he's been doing it for so long, so consistently, and he continues to keep like leveling up.
Yeah.
Just when we thought we're like, oh yeah, sweet, like he's hit a ceiling. Nah, we are like in number 2 right now.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah, we don't really know what's going on with Seth, but now we do know what's happening with Roman Reigns. On Raw, he comes out, opening up Raw. LA Knight, the megastar, interrupts, fresh off his 6-man tag victory on SummerSlam. This back and forth was really fun. I liked, there were some really funny parts of it. My favorite part was Roman literally looking at him and then turning his back to him, looking at the camera being like, we're not going to get title matches by bitching and moaning. Back of the line. I said, you know what? Hey, talk your shit. I've been saying this for ages, LA Knight. You sit here and you complain. I'm sick of it. So I popped for that. Dave, what do you think of this interaction?
I loved it. I just think that LA Knight's on fire with the promos right now. I mean, like he's always been on fire, but when he's really given a motivation to pop off, uh, it's great. Like he's been in a feud with the Bloodline for I don't know, like his entire career. So like, it's nice that they're doing the thing now where they can just let him blow off all the steam that's been building because he was just kind of doing like he was doing his thing, but he was just always there, and there wasn't like a real like crux to the story. And now it's like, okay, he's against the head of this thing that's been the bane of his existence, and now he's gonna go and give it a crack. He'll probably fall short, but like, it gives a chance to tie that thing up so that he can get free of the kind of bloodline purgatory, I guess, that he's in. But it was so much fun, and obviously the. What did he spell? I didn't even know that he was spelling it until I saw it afterwards. He
You
spelled
suck.
someone with the shield code.
Yeah, you suck.
You suck, yeah, dude. So good.
That was funny as. I like because even I at the time I'm like, the hell is he? Oh, right, that's what he meant by that. That's what he's talking about. Tony, going off what Dave was saying, I guess this time does feel a little bit different because we saw Roman backstage, and he specific orders from the OTC saying, "Do not touch him, leave him to me." Does this make for like some compelling storytelling in the coming weeks?
I think so. Like, and LA Knight referenced it himself. When he last time faced Roman Reigns, it was Roman Reigns plus the whole bloodline. So now that Roman Reigns wants to dish out matches where he's telling nobody to get involved, it does make it interesting now. So it does give LA Knight a bit of a sniff and some hope to maybe winning that championship. I don't think he does. The thing that I enjoyed most in this promo, this exchange, was Roman Reigns. He's like, "Oh, megastar, you wearing a Walmart watch?" And then like zoom in on this, and he's wearing like a $400,000 watch, and I think LA Knight has his $500 watch on. Like I popped so hard at that.
You know what, Rome? And I think it goes back to what I'm saying about once in a generation, bro. It's like whatever he says, it's like there's no. You can't just go like, "Oh no, he's just saying it in storylines." Like, no, that's real. He could like he is like that. He's really like that. You can't sit there and just go, "No, that's some bullshit," whatever. He is he's operating on a different level, God mode, as they say famously. Interested to see where this goes. I feel like what the internet is saying, at least, is that this will be a program into Money in the Bank that happens October 23, I think.
Yeah, I think they
Money in
did.
the Bank.
Yeah, I think they did. They actually mention Money in the Bank. I think they may have during this when LA.
Like,
I think
I've just
LA
seen
Knight's
ads
like,
of it.
yeah, I think LA Knight specifically said Money in the Bank. He's like, "I'll take you on tonight. I'll take you on at Money in the Bank. I'll wait till WrestleMania if I have to." So maybe it does sound like
Damn.
Money in the Bank. Well, like that's October. It's early
Yeah.
August now, so that's a little while away.
Well,
I hope it's not that because that feels like a conspiracy to keep Money in the Bank off him. Like I feel like every year there's been some chat about he's going to be Mr. Money in the Bank. I think that would be the clearest path to him getting a championship, at least like from the landscape right now.
I'm looking at the calendar. So yeah, Money in the Bank, October 10th. And then before that,
It'd have to be one before it, like I said.
there is a Sunday night's main event, and that's next month. That's a whole month away. So yeah, there's still a lot of time, but maybe there's something in between both of those things that we saw at the end of Raw.
Yeah.
As Roman Reigns is walking backstage, he runs into Rey Mysterio, the GOAT, the Hall of Fame of Rey Mysterio. He goes, "Hey, I'm the general manager of AAA." And then the best part, Roman goes, "I do now." I was like, "Yep, yeah." You know what? Yeah, why would he watch that shit? Why would he? That's the OTC. He wears $500,000 watches. He goes, "Yeah, I do now." And then Ray goes, "Let me run something by you." Now, I was speculating, like, ain't no way we are getting the OTC on AAA. I was already thinking fantasy booking storylines, matchups, but just as of this morning, a video dropped on the WWE socials. Rey Mysterio has announced that Triple Mania, it happens September 13th, or whatever that weekend is. And then there's going to be Monday Night Raw on the 14th. So just after that weekend. And it goes down in Mexico City.
Crazy.
Roman will be on that show and he will be defending his title against the winner of a tournament that I think starts this week or next week, just with luchadors, the best luchadors in Raw, SmackDown, and AAA, and whoever wins that goes one-on-one with the OTC. What are your thoughts and feelings about that, Dave?
It's gonna be El Grande, man.
Really?
It's gonna be El Grande. Much to the chagrin of the entire AAA traditional luchador roster, I feel like it has to be El Grande because they're so hot off that match, and you've seen what happened with Chad Gable. Chad Gable goes on to become singles champion off the back of that. They capitalized on it. With El Grande, they've made him like kind of the workhorse now of AAA. That he hasn't been back on WWE telly, and I think if he was to return, and he's doing it in Mexico City where he's an absolute hero, I reckon that would be real compelling seeing those two come together. I think that would drive a whole lot of hype.
I wasn't thinking EGA, but I mean, yeah, he would. I think he would definitely be in the tournament. Tony Free, what do you reckon to that?
What are you guys thinking?
Well, I don't think there is any other options, like to have someone else on, WWE Raw going against Roman Reigns. You need someone who's a little bit, I guess, familiar with the WWE television audience. And yeah, El Grande ticks those boxes. They know who he is. He's massive in Mexico. So in terms of like a live audience standpoint, he's the guy. Like, who else are you going to put in? Like Vikingo? I don't think so. Dominic Mysterio? No. Like, it has to be El Grande.
You said no to Dominic Mysterio?
No to Dominic, no.
Really? I
Not
think
right
there's a
now,
point
man.
where he's in there, but
this guy's in fucking Danhausen world at the moment.
Yeah.
There's still this. I guess it's still just over a month away. What about Penta? My mind went to Penta. Like, it's the easiest get here is Penta.
They can do that any day of the week.
Yeah, but I mean, like, come on, man. You don't want to see Roman Reigns up against Penta? Nobody wants to see. And when would that match realistically happen? To be honest, this seems like the most logical and like makes sense way to just do a Penta Roman Reigns match without it having to be like a full program. Because that's the other thing. It's just like, it doesn't have to be a storyline either. It's just like, you get a chance and then this is your chance here. So, you know what I mean? So that's why I think like Penta makes sense. I don't think you can rule out Dom Mysterio as well. He's still hot, especially in AAA. And of course in Mexico City too, he'll be hot there. El Grande Americano, that's a great shout too. I mean, who else is there? I mean, Dave, what about your boy Ray Phoenix? You've got the mask.
Man,
where is that guy at the moment?
He's doing the cruiserweight thing right now.
He's got like the AAA. I don't know what the belt is, but it's some. He's got some there.
He got that cruiserweight strap. Yeah, he's great, but I guess if you're doing it in Mexico City though, you do bypass a lot of those doubts. Like I just said, you wouldn't do Vikingo because like when he's been on Raw, SmackDown, people are kind of like, who? Even though dude's an absolute legend. You could pull a fast one. And have you seen Mini Vikingo?
Yeah.
That'd be so funny watching him.
He's small as.
He's so small, man.
But he's awesome.
But
he's really good at that wrestling stuff.
Is he a kid?
Potential. He might be like 18.
Yeah,
what about Minihausen?
Hey man, come on, bro. So we're not gonna have Dom Mysterio because he's in Danhausen world, but you're gonna suggest Minihausen?
Minihausen deserves his own spotlight, right?
Isn't Minihausen El Torito now?
Yeah,
Toritohausen.
Toritohausen. That's him.
Bro, he was working. He was working.
I don't see why we can't rule that out.
It was the best part of that match.
What happened to Santos Escobar? Is he still in the company? Is he in AAA or did he leave?
He's released.
No, he got released.
They have a new one. They have a new Santos at the head of that.
The group,
the Perros stable.
Yeah. What do you? Are you rocking with AAA? I mean, I don't know if you're watching it week to week, Dave, but I mean, from what you're seeing, are you rocking with it?
I'm highlights right now.
Yeah.
I feel like they are coming down a little bit off the mask versus mask match, but at the same time, I have been doing just highlights.
Yeah,
like, I'm not like fully invested with what's going on. I know that like Dom did that kind of like double turn thing recently, where it's like I'm friends with the El Grande, and now it looks like they're going in the direction of them two versing each other, which makes sense. I wonder if he's gonna like drop the strap. Dom's gonna drop the strap in the lead up to something that would, maybe the qualifying match is also a title match
Yeah, true.
as champ versus champ.
Something there.
Who knows?
I don't know, guys. I mean, I'm still rocking with Penta being there. I'd love to see a Penta Roman Reigns match. I think
Would be
that'll just
key.
be fire up the wazoo. Let's move on to, I would say, probably the biggest shocker of the weekend, the return of Kevin Owens. We haven't seen him since January last year. Neck injury. I don't know if he had surgery or not, but he has come out of nowhere, returns, and is added into the number one contenders match with Finn and Sammy. Gunther's added in there too. But Kevin Owens wins that match. Now, I am saying complete shocker because I was genuinely surprised. Tony Free, you sounded like you were kind of expecting it.
Yeah, in our little tipping comp, I did have a Kevin Owens return, but I had it for the night before. So I had a sense he was coming back. I had seen the reports that he was in at the PC for a few weeks. So it sounded like we're on track for a KO return. And as I said last week, SummerSlam always delivers a big return. And it felt like Kevin Owens had been away for long enough for that to be the case. And that's what we got. I don't know how I feel about the match though, like going from a one-on-one number one contender match to all of a sudden a fatal four-way. I get it. I get having Kevin Owens in there, but it was weird to go from a match that we didn't really care about. It obviously did make it interesting, but like I just don't know where you go now with Finn and Sammy after all this. I guess like Sammy still goes down the route of, this is a conspiracy. I've been, like every time I get an opportunity, I get something thrown in my face. So I can understand that point. But yeah, the Finn Balor part, I'm a bit disappointed about because I was hoping that he would win that match if it was one-on-one.
All right, well let's go through like all those names and let's just get a vibe check, a temperature check on whether we should be worried or not about these people. So Sami Zayn, I guess it kind of does play into his like current storyline where he's like, what's going on? I'm getting stitched up, rah rah rah. I think Sammy will be fine, obviously, especially when it's Kevin Owens involved. Like, there's already history there. I think he'll be fine there. Dave, what do you reckon about Sami Zayn?
Yeah, I think he's going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to that feud. I reckon you could end up elongating that feud if he gets kind of like caught up in it. Semi like what they did with Gunther towards SummerSlam, getting like wrapped up in people's feuds a little bit and making it a bit of a three-way affair. I think that makes sense for Sammy. When you're talking about worries, I'm with Tony. I'm a bit deflated for Finn. I feel like we're building towards like a good redemption arc for him. Like I guess he could go after another mid-cardy thing, but I can't really see him hitting any main event status. I mean, unless he gets like Money in the Bank or something like that, but I can't really see the path. So worried. Consider me worried about Finn.
For Finn Balor?
Yeah.
I feel like if I had to rank the other three in terms of not worried to most worried, Finn is in the middle. I think because like obviously he's like moved to SmackDown. He's got the heat back again. People are rocking with him. People are doing the thing during his entrance. And he's looking great. Obviously, I mean he's never looked bad.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm the most worried about Gunther because how have you gone from retiring John Cena, retiring AJ Styles? What is he like? Realistically, what has he done since?
Yeah.
He hasn't really done anything. He beats Nick Aldis. He gets added to this match, but then he doesn't even win the match. So then now I'm kind of like, hey man, well, like, what are we doing? Like, do you give him the United States title or I mean, he can't really go for Punk. He's already had a thing with Cody. Like, I'm just so like lost in what to do with him. Like that's why he is my like, he's the most worried, I think, out of these guys. Tony, what do you reckon between Gunther and Finn? Who are you most worried about?
I think Finn. I feel like Gunther can just insert himself into any program, like even if it's not him directly against somebody else. I feel like Gunther can play the exact same role that Sami Zayn might play in this Kevin Owens CM Punk. This might be a four-way kind of thing going forward. That's why I'm worried about
We've
Finn
been
Balor.
doing that though.
Yeah, but they're just repeating this formula for like 5 different storylines at the moment. So, I don't see them doing any differently. But yeah, that's the reason why I'm more worried for Finn, because I just don't know where he goes from here.
All right, well, what do you guys feel about this upcoming program with CM Punk and Kevin Owens? I think they kind of had like a little bit of like heat when Punk first returned. There was like a little backstage interaction. Dave, you're fist pumping. You're rocking with this.
Yeah, bro, it's gonna be so good. Like that when you talk about the believability of the feuds with Punk, the ones that feel real. I feel like Kevin Owens is another one of those WWE workhorses that's been rubbed by him the wrong way. At least kayfabe wise, like
Mm.
it seems like that. So I'd believe what he's saying on the mic, and I just think that there's so much for them to do on the mic. I think in the ring it would be sick, like their backgrounds being the same, both being like Ring of Honor boys. Like I just think it'll be dope, and I reckon they could run that for a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe it's one of those things as well where they're both kind of like it's kind of like a face versus face feud for a bit, and then Kevin Owens can kind of get fed up with it, and he can go vicious Kevin Owens, like shake hands after the match, then fucking apron bomb, and we go again.
Yeah.
But and maybe he gets the strap after that. I wouldn't mind seeing him get the championship out of this.
I think there's so much that they can make reference to just like in real life or like stuff that fans have seen. Like, wasn't the yarn, was there something about Punk getting mad at Kevin Owens for wrestling in a t-shirt? Or have I made that up? I remember seeing something along those lines.
It happened in Ring of Honor a long time
Ring of
ago.
Honor.
Real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that was one yarn. Obviously Kevin Owens has a pretty tight relationship with the Young Bucks. And I guess most people in that AEW roster, and obviously we know the yarn with CM Punk and that. So I think there's just so much like to unpack there that like we'll be seeing on these head-to-head promos. Tony, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I'm very keen for that, and I think, yeah, it brings like that sense of realness to things, like Dave said, like you actually you'll believe things that Kevin Owens is saying, because you do have that blurred line of what's real, what's not, in terms of the animosity between the two, because CM Punk is a polarizing figure in real life, so that's going to be really interesting. The more I think about it, I'd like to see Sammy winning Money in the Bank and then kind of hovering over these two whenever they meet.
He's cooking. Tony Free's cooking, man.
No.
That's a good idea. Well, but then, nah, okay, yeah, I'll leave it. I'm gonna save my predictions for when we get closer to Money in the Bank, but I don't mind that. It makes sense too. Imagine like Sami Zayn costing his best friend, or vice versa, or something like that. There's some heat there, man. Should we talk about that WWE title match? CM Punk defeating Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. A couple things I liked about this. I like the Street Fighter entrance from Cody Rhodes and his
With the mask?
Street
Yeah.
Fighter helmet. Yes,
yeah.
yes, I like that. What do you guys? So CM Punk has been doing this as of late, but the silent entrance where he comes out walking from backstage, gets onto the ramp, and then it's clobbering time. Dave, as a man of theater and production, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I didn't think it was as justified this time, but I'm not being a naysayer. I do like the idea of letting the audience become part of the aura of CM Punk. I do like that, and I do like that they're reserving it for these special occasions. But the one at Mania had story behind it, and it was justified. Like at the time, I didn't know. We were watching that match together, and like I didn't know that was his Ring of Honor theme song that was playing.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
play that, and then there's silence, and then he comes out. I'm like, you can fill in the blanks there. There's a bit of story in the silence if you really want to dig into it. But I just felt with this time, it was just sort of like let's get out there and make some noise. But I don't know if it was just because I was listening to it. Was it an open air? It was an open air. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stadium. Yeah.
Chelsea had sunlight on her face when she won, but
Nice.
it didn't feel like it was that loud from when I was watching it. It felt a little bit dead.
Well,
But it was
going back to the Kevin Owens stuff, I think he was on the panel after that night ended, and he was talking about how, like, yeah, no, the sound travels so weirdly in the stadium.
Yeah.
I had no idea that whether they were cheering me or not for a second. Like, I could see them reacting, but I couldn't hear anything. So, yeah, I think maybe there's something to do there with the silent entrance. I don't hate it, but yeah, I'm kind of like, yeah, is this going to be a forever thing now? Like, I guess in your big matches. Look, I don't know. But look, the big takeaway from this match is the return of the Viper. We haven't seen him since WrestleMania. He comes back and he RKO's Cody, costing him this match, I reckon. Seems like we are headed into phase 2 of this storyline. I'm not too sure what to expect. Like, what is left of the story to tell Tony Free?
Yeah, I don't know. It's been like, when was the last time we saw Randy? Was it WrestleMania? Is that how long it's been?
Yeah. After he kicked him in the head and basically shut one of Cody's eyes.
Well, like the lead up to that was kind of like we're friends, we're brothers, but I need to go to this level to take you on. That's what I guess from Randy. That's what he was saying. This time they can just have just out and out hate for each other. So I think it adds a different element to the feud now. So and being non-title as well, it's strictly just personal now. It's not, this isn't about business. This is just, you did this to me. I hate you for it. So yeah, it adds, I think it's more interesting now than it was in the lead up to WrestleMania, which I like. Yeah. And I think I almost forgot that Randy Orton was still active, to be honest. Like, so I was genuinely like shocked when Randy popped up in the ring. So yeah, I'm keen for it. And I want to see more punts to the head. Give me more of that.
Dave, what are the odds of Pat McAfee getting involved in this feud again?
Has to be 0. Has to be 0.
Really?
Please.
You guys weren't rocking with that the first time?
Ribbon. You're looking for reaction. That was a shitty rage bait, dude. Nah, you've seen Unreal Season 3, eh?
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I love their little justification of that.
Yeah, right?
Right. Yeah, no fucking way, dude. No way.
All right. Well, because I thought
there's no way, right?
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Oh,
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Okay. So you're trying to
way.
belly roll, huh?
Listen, man.
Slam again, where the person taking the bump just jumps so high.
Was that Theory or was it Waller or someone? I can't remember.
Bro, they're just
Theory's
jumping.
Yeah, he did a big one. No, I actually think that this kind of phase 2 of it will be like, this is actually what we wanted to do for WrestleMania, but we just get to do it now because it's not WrestleMania season. I think we'll be seeing that. Obviously, the Pat McAfee and the celebrity involvement took away from what the feud really was. But I also want to say that I'm enjoying seeing Cody without the belt. I think he is far more interesting and there's more intrigue there when he's on the chase. And, he has this like roadblock here with Randy Orton. I just think this is nothing but good news for him. And it's also good to know that we have kind of, at least for now, shut off the will Cody Rhodes turn heel conversation, because I swear that happens maybe every PLE when there's a title match coming up. It's like, oh, there's a heel turn heel here. Like, no, bro. It's not happening for like another 5 years, I don't think. 5 years might be too long. What's the over-under? What do you reckon?
I reckon the odds are on 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, I reckon if he does the chase stuff leading up to like another main event, like another world title feud, falls short, I think he just gets beaten down enough for him to eventually turn Homelander, or whatever people were saying the equivalent of his heel persona would be.
All right.
I reckon his next reign will be a heel reign, though. I'm willing to go on record saying that. I can't see him again as a face champion.
So 2 years till he turns heel, which means, I guess, 2 years until he becomes champion again.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
I reckon they'll keep him out of it.
Okay.
He's got it in him, bro.
Yeah.
Remember, he still can't challenge for the AEW World Championship anymore. The guy's willing to take a hiatus from that spot.
He'll do whatever it takes, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Tony Free, what do you reckon?
I predict that Cody Rhodes for the remainder of his active in-ring career will never go heel again.
Wow.
Okay.
He's going to be
set
that
on
guy. He's going to be that guy. He's going
Not
to be
even
a Cena,
like the
a
thought
Cena
of it.
2.0. He's going to be
they
a
won't
Cena
get
2.0.
interested?
And because they fucked that Cena heel run up so bad, they won't even entertain doing it with Cody again.
That's a good theory.
Yeah, the what is it called? Not prerequisites. What's the precedents? Precedents. Shout out to all the presidents in the world. All right, let's move on to the main event of SummerSlam Saturday. Obafemi, Brock Lesnar, Hell in a Cell. This was kind of crazy. I did not expect the exposed ring. And can we talk about that tombstone on the exposed ring?
Yeah.
Tony Free, sorry, not Tony Free, Dave Hoey, as someone who has been in the ring, taken a bump before.
Yeah.
You're the only one that can answer this question. How fucked would Brock Lesnar's knees be? From that tombstone on the wood.
That would when he's carrying Oba as well. I mean, Oba's kind of like hugging him as well, so he's taking a lot of that. But
yeah,
like, dude, it's just have you ever just knelt down on just floorboards? Like that would suck. I mean, he'd need so much adrenaline. But he said on Pat McAfee's podcast, he's like he didn't get out of bed for 2 days, so I'm sure his knees would have been shot.
Ice.
Big time.
Ice at all times.
That's removing all the padding and everything from the ring. So yeah, it would suck.
I creased when that spot happened. I was like, oh my god, like that was the worst part of the night. I thought.
What do you think about him not taking the final fall from grace on the exposed ring?
Hey, if he didn't get out of that bed for 2 days from that tombstone, bro, he would have been still in hospital.
I'm getting carried away, but yeah. It would have been
at his big age. Come on, bro. We can't be.
Bump, bro, just fucking.
Hey, you know what though?
He looked at it as well. He looked at it when he hit the mat.
Yeah, that's why I thought it, because he kind of like turned around. It kind of made me think that maybe they missed it. But Oba also, maybe he's that careful king, you know, with that guy. Like he didn't break his neck, but then he just punted him in the ribs. He's a careful.
Hey. Well, look, maybe it would have made sense, I think, because obviously in hindsight we found out now that he is officially retired. He retired on the Pat McAfee show. He also passes the torch to Obafemi after Hell in a Cell, straight after. So yeah, it seems like this is confirmed now. There's no more speculation. He is officially retired. We won't be seeing him in ring again. So the question does lie here. Where does Brock Lesnar rank in the all-time wrestlers conversations? I think he's in the top 10 easily. Hush has gone over grabs and yaps.
I don't know if he's top
10. You can name 10 other wrestlers that are better than him. Name them.
I'd have to think about it, but he's not a shoe-in for my top 10, that's for sure.
Where do you see him?
Interesting.
He's in top 25, but I don't know if he'd make my top 10.
There are no 24 wrestlers better than him.
I mean, if we think about it, like peak Brock Lesnar was very short-lived before he went away.
That's true.
I could only judge it on peak. I could only judge it on those years. He was a genetic freak in that very like initial stage. In the 2 years that he was there before he took off and went to New Japan and then after the UFC. I can only like that Brock Lesnar might be pushing in the top 10.
There's no way, like as great as he was in his debut years, that iteration of Brock is better than Suplex City beating the streak Brock Lesnar. There's no way.
Well, there's a big part of this. It's not the moves that you do; it's what you do in between the moves. This guy couldn't talk.
No, you're not penalizing him on that.
I am.
You can't.
Hey, this is an art form, and this is a big part of the art.
But in saying that, he's the only guy who I think had the most justified use of the wise man, of Paul Heyman.
Definitely.
I think Roman Reigns comes in at a number 2, but like they kind of just chuck. I mean, dude, Paul Heyman used to manage Curtis Axel. And I remember when he was like, set your DVRs, set your Foxtel on record. You're gonna want to see this debut. And it was Curtis Axel. Like he's had a bunch of people, but with Brock, that deficit of mic ability, which I think arguably towards the end of his career he could do his thing on the mic. And if he like messed up a little bit as part of his presentation, I don't know, he was having fun by the end. I think he's able to bypass the promo section of the argument just because the use of the manager was maybe like the best of the decade.
I think it has to be, right? Like, yeah, true. It is true. It's not, a secret that his mic skills were very shoddy, very bad.
Yeah.
They were so bad that, like, when he first returned in, like, 2012, I think they went, like, a couple Raws with just him, and it was that bad that they said, hey, someone get Paul Heyman on the phone. Bring him back. Bring him back right now. And they brought him back. Like, Paul Heyman being back is because of Brock Lesnar. Like, but to say he's top 25 maybe... There's no way, bro. He's top 10. He's the only. He beat the streak. He is the only one, and I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure he's the only WWE wrestler that has only won the World Championship. He hasn't won any other title. It's only been the World Championships. True?
True.
No one has that stat. It's only him.
Powerhouses, man.
He's a powerhouse. I think he's easily top 10.
If you separate, I mean, there's no weight divisions in wrestling, but when you think of like big guys, the reason I put him in top 10 is because if you're just going to chuck a big guy into that conversation, there's no one like him at all. I mean, you can have your Batistas, you can have there's actually just no one like him.
There's not.
Yeah.
I agree. Like, and Roman Reigns.
Honestly, Tony's other 24.
Wait, we have to hear the 24. All right, so okay, let me think of a top 25 wrestler. Are you ranking Chris Jericho higher than Brock Lesnar?
See, that's
no way. This is no way you're thinking.
It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Jericho's a good.
What about Edge?
I'll give it to Lesnar in that instance. Yeah.
Okay,
I hold Jericho in very high echelon.
Well, I guess that's the thing is like, yeah, there is subjective list, but you got to think of it like objectively. I think he is top 10. Like when it's all said and done, like he's up there, man, easily.
You got to think about the substance of what he does, though. Like Jericho's good at getting things over. He's good at making a gimmick, but like a guy that got that reaction every time he stepped in the arena, like
one of the best theme songs as well.
Even when like outside the ring, there were pretty wild things being said about him, and then he went away for a while, and everyone was like, "This guy's in a court battle," and then he comes back, and everyone's like, "Actually, nah." Let's cheer. I guess we forget about that.
It's crazy, man.
In terms of his contribution and just how his physical ability, and also I will say something though in the UFC conversation, like he went to the UFC and he had a couple fights, but that was at a time when the UFC heavyweight division was just big old meatball guys with not a whole lot of technique. Like if you put Brock Lesnar in the top 15 of UFC heavyweights now, he just gets absolutely cleaned up by everyone. I mean, like I'm talking prime MMA Brock Lesnar in UFC now. Like I think that section of his career was a product of the time. But like his crossover was dope. I mean, like he won a championship and he full like knocked guys out legit and wrestled the shit out of them. I mean, then you see CM Punk run, which I felt bad for him, man.
Yeah.
But I got sidetracked there. But yeah, I really think he is top 10.
Yeah. I think we have to make this a bigger conversation. Maybe I'll post it on socials. Yeah, let's see what the people have to say about it. But
yeah,
Tony, man, that is. I will say, just to put a bonus so we can move on. I've seen Brock Lesnar wrestle twice in real life. One of them was Suplex City, SummerSlam 2014, and the other time was WrestleMania 33. And the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life, no, it wasn't a bump. It was Brock Lesnar coming out and just full sprint hitting the ropes. The ring moved.
Right.
The whole ring moved.
It's
and
crazy.
he hit the ropes like maybe 6 times.
Yeah.
And me and my mate that were there, me and Ned, were like, no, that's scary. That's actually really scary.
His legs kind of go like out when he runs.
It is
so
wild.
freaky, bro.
But we'll see what the people have to say. Let's talk about Obafemi. He has the torch now. He comes out on Raw basically saying, I'm going to lead this new generation to new heights. We're going to get rid of the old guard. Then comes the Vision, and more specifically, Bron Breakker. They have a very intense stare down on the ramp. Now, obviously, Bron Breakker has been kind of, demoted, is not the right word, but as a tag team partner to Austin Theory. And there's been a lot of chat online about what are they doing with him. Mate, this is what they're doing with him. They're setting him up for the comeback of a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
This face-to-face between him and Bron, Oba and Bron, to me, it's WWE going, hey, this is Shawn and Brett, by the way. This is going to be Stone Cold and The Rock. This is John Cena and Randy Orton. This is Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. You guys are going to be seeing this for the next 5 to 10 years. Like, that's what the WWE just told us. I thought, Tony Free.
100%. And, I did speculate leading into SummerSlam that maybe Paul Heyman might go with Obafemi. And I think if they start doing that now, it just adds so much fuel to this fire that, Braun has at the moment. And, we saw like some of these, backstage, he's like, oh, who's your best friend? Like that's what Braun was saying about Oba to Paul Heyman. So I think he already has that hint of jealousy there, and I guess a lot of the stuff that was talked about in this season of Unreal of Bron Breakker being the future, and I guess now the debate that he maybe hasn't hit those heights, he hasn't had the year that we're probably expecting of him, and now Obafemi comes in, who's built like the way he is, has this connection with the audience the way he does, has this aura about him. It's just natural for Bron Breakker to be like, oh, this guy's a threat. I need to vanquish this guy. And I think it's probably, this should be a WrestleMania match. Like, let's think about it. Like, that is a WrestleMania match in itself.
I think that could be a WrestleMania match in a couple WrestleManias to come.
I say that a bunch of times.
Yeah, literally. I think that we won't just see it once. Dave, what do you reckon about this stare down? And also, what are your thoughts on Bron Breakker and where he's at currently?
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I completely agree with you that this is the comeback. This is the comeback. Because the whole fear that they had with Unreal was, oh, Bron Breakker, are we shoving him down people's throats, going too hard, too fast? So the problem with that is when you put him in like title matches. So you put him against Roman for the strap, you put him against CM Punk for the strap, and then those conversations start. But if you put him against Oba, it's like, oh, this is future versus future. This is two guys on the come up, going for the same thing. These two guys are absolutely the future of the company. And now throw in the fact that Paul Heyman's chummy with Obafemi. He's just got the Beast's blessing, and now Bron's like jealous, and he can be like that savage. Not the guy that's fucking spearing Tozawa every week. This is the guy that's like, it's the future or it's nothing. This guy's gonna knock me off his perch. I'm gonna knock him off his. And also the reason that I think that they're gonna be the guys that are main eventing like numerous WrestleManias is because when you look at the future, when they've got the people that are positioned for the future, you got Trick, you got Javon. I think Trick's going to be massive. But I think with the two guys that are going to go head to head with like super believable rivalries and just bangers in the ring where they just smash the shit out of each other and it's physical and it's confronting, I think they're the guys. And I also think that this is a perfect way for Bron to get out of the Vision. Like if he cops the first L in the series of whatever 3 or 4 matches that they could do with this, he could just go rogue, completely destroy Austin Theory, all this stuff, elevate his status. There's so much you could do with it. I think it's so dope. And the stare off was so good because they did a double stare off. I appreciated that they had the stare, kind of walked away, and then Bron's like, actually, no.
Yeah.
I'm not done with this at all. walks back up to him and gets in his face even closer. That was the first time I'd seen like a double stare off, and I was like, that is so sick.
And then even after, like, when they got to the ring, he was still staring down the ramp. And Boba wasn't even there, but he was still like, nah, hold on, I gotta do something about this.
That's where you go that angle. They're like, oh, I'm obsessed, bro. You're too obsessed with Oba. You know, you gotta focus on the tag championships. Man, fuck the vision.
Yeah.
And then Logan Paul turns around. What? And then freaking Bronson turns around. What? Friend of the pod. What up, Bronson?
What up, dog?
Fuck, I hope you're recovering well. I think by the time he's
love,
back,
brother.
I think
Send him love.
What do we do with Bronson?
Well, he should be back from injury, I would assume, soon. What am I wrong? Is maybe Money in the Bank one time? He'll be back for that.
What did he do again? I forget.
Bicep.
You stretch out the feud. I could put money on this prediction, actually.
What are you saying?
Ron's got Oba kind of dead to rights, or maybe the other way around, and then just tsunami out of nowhere, and then Bron's like, I've done that on my own. I wanted to do it on my own. And then just vanquish. And then, yeah.
Next season on Unreal, we're going to see you in the room.
Just that. Yeah.
Yeah, just you being like, and then what? Oh, man. Hey, man, I'm excited to see what goes on there. Let's keep it moving to Liv Morgan. She retains a championship against Io Sky at SummerSlam, and what I thought was a pretty decent match and a fun way to kick off SummerSlam weekend. And then on Raw, she's looking for new challenges. Next minute, she gets them. We got Becky Lynch returning, and not only Becky Lynch, but we got La Primera, Stephanie McCourt. She's back in the cut, and Liv, from going, was it 100 days with no title defense?
Wow.
She's straight back into it. Are we going to assume, do we get like a one-on-one, or will it be a triple threat? Dave, your thoughts?
Seth, for sure. Nah,
hey, man.
I'm tripping. I'm tripping.
Sue me.
I am conscious of the fact I just hogged an entire answer, so I'm going to keep mine short so that Tony can get tagged in here. Yeah, it's just Sol, Becky, Stephanie.
One of the four? For
the first match. And then I think it'll go into probably Stephanie versus Becky for a number one contender, or it might go into a triple threat. Something like that.
I like that setup. Tony
They're all in there now. You can't just go the one-on-one. Wouldn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, I don't know how the title picture is going to work here with all three. But what I do see happening, and I know it's a little while away, is that War Games is going to be featuring, Becky and Steph on the same team, with Sol probably against the Judgment Day. You might have to add a couple in, but yeah, I'm not too sure how Becky and Steph plays out. They've kind of teased like them two facing off, and do they have like a number one contenders match? In the meantime, I'm not sure. Like, as we said, Money in the Bank's was it October? So
yeah,
there's a lot of time until, that next big PLE. They're going to have to draw things out. So they might have to do that in the meanwhile.
I think you could, all those names, Sol, Stephanie, and Becky, like, hey, man, that's at least to Royal Rumble sorted for Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be one of them, a combination of them. And then we can't also, we not just yet, but like, there's also the idea of, Roxanne Perez getting involved in the picture there too. So still early doors, but man, exciting to see. I think that's good news for everyone involved, especially Liv, who hasn't, again, had her first title defense in 100 days just this weekend. So excited to see how that goes. Now let's get to what Tony Free has been wanting to talk about this whole time. The interim WWE Women's Champion, Chelsea Green. Tony, your legit reaction to when this happened.
I'll give you a replay of what happened. So Chelsea's upside down the ladder. Everybody clears out, and then she just miraculously comes back to life, climbs. I'm just sitting there. I'm sitting there, just eyes wide open, just praying, like hoping no one comes into the ring. Didn't say anything. As soon as she grabbed that belt, I just went clap, 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 fist bump, fist bump, fist bump, and that was it. I was a very happy boy.
Damn, man. I really didn't think that she was going to win it. I thought they were going to go Charlotte or maybe even Jade again, but yeah, because they also just before that, like they teased the spot where she climbed and she was by herself and then she got taken out and I was like, oh, well then that's it. That's her one shot. And then obviously it wasn't. Dave, what do you reckon about this decision and I guess your reaction too on this?
Amazing, and needed to win, needed to become full champion. I think there was kind of what they did with that first section when she was climbing up the ladder and she looked like she had it and then she didn't, and then she did the Undertaker sit up on the ladder, went up there and got the thing. But now the second round of Rage. From even myself, is like, why are we calling her interim champion? When has an interim champion ever been a thing? Like, definitely it has been before. You guys are wrestling historians, so I don't want to pull the cotton over your eyes unless that's been a thing. But since when has it been a thing? Like everyone just vacates. Everyone does the thing. I'm going away for a little while. Lay it down. Go, and they do their thing. But I think it's there for a purpose. I think it's so that she can do that thing where she proves herself as a real champion. The whole thing with Michael P.S. Hayes is, does she have the goods? Can she be in that position? And now she's an interim champion. It's like, oh, is she really the champion? Can she be the real champion though?
Yeah.
Interim champion. And then she got Rhea Ripley coming in and she beats Rhea Ripley. That could be dope, man. I'm excited for that, but I think she needs to win at the end of all of this.
I gotta say, because you've already done it on this episode already, you have to book for us, just off the top, a world where Chelsea Reed beats Rhea Ripley and becomes a full champion. And Tony, if you've got any ideas, please jump in.
Well, I think like they do it similar to when Liv first won her. I know she cashed in her Money in the Bank, but when she defended against Ronda Rousey, like she was like booked as this big underdog that could never in anyone's wildest dreams beat Ronda Rousey, but somehow did it. I feel like you just have to go that route, even if it's like a roll up pin or something, to miraculously get Chelsea to beat Rhea Ripley. You have to do it, and then it just slowly builds her confidence up, like they did with Liv Morgan. I think it's the only way to do it.
Okay,
you could turn Rhea heel in that little section as well. She could get done by a roll up, after the match, shake the hands.
Go for rails.
You're the real champion now, then fucking headbutt.
I like that. Hey, it's been a while.
I'm just spitballing. You tell me when to stop, dog.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I'm down for a Rhea Ripley heel turn.
It's been some time.
Yeah.
And I think she's been face long enough that this, you know what, if Cody Rhodes can't do it, Rhea Ripley can. I think we can pull the trigger on a Rhea Ripley heel turn. Let's talk about Chad Gable defeating Penta, winning his first singles title in his hometown of Minnesota, winning that Intercontinental Championship that has, for so long evaded him. He's finally got his hands on it. Fun match, nice little moment after the match with his family. All the kids come out, his sons wearing the same gear, even the boots on as well. Huge pop from me. He's talking about being in Minnesota, winning the match. Super wholesome stuff. He holds the belt with the family. Fireworks go off. Enter the Mad Dog Beer mascot. I genuinely thought that this was gonna be like a spot, like someone he's gonna take the mask off or the helmet, and it's gonna be someone. It was not that at all. It was just some guy wearing the dog mascot helmet, celebrating with Chad Gable after how many years, how many chances that he hasn't won the belt. He finally wins it. Let me celebrate with this random. Piss me off.
Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah.
I've never heard of that beer. Well, obviously it's an American beer, so why would I? But
yeah,
goodness me,
yeah.
Whose call was that?
You got to keep the ads out of people having their 10-year coronation moments. Like, just fucking whatever. Put it on the mat. Like, I've kind of gotten used to the logos on the mat and everything like
Yeah.
that. But don't have the mascot. Chad Gable's daughter's girls. Like, dude. Come on, man.
Hey guys, I love you. Get out, get out. Let's be in the dog now.
I did it, but the other thing is I think they got to start getting people in, especially if people are like bloodied. It's really troubling to me, and I don't know if it's just me, but like after these matches where you've got guys with color on their face and they got the blood dripping down their cheeks and their families come in, they need a guy to towel them off before they hug the kids. Like, it's so gruesome whenever they hug their kids and the kids come off and they got this freaking Chad Gable's daughter was like her dad's blood off him. I was like, fuck, man, that's so gruesome.
Oh, well, you could have washed it down with some of that Mad Dog beer. Tony, what were your thoughts on this? I guess on the match, but more importantly about this, the ending to the match.
Well, I mean, the match itself, like, I mean, Chad Gable, I'm kind of not interested in at all at the moment. Like, even if he has the belt now, I wasn't really interested going in with Chad Gable. I think it was just the presentation was just so generic and boring that, you know, it kind of took away all that. It just took away all that shine that he had coming off the mask versus mask match. And yeah, it didn't really do too much for me. Like, I'm not, you know, like, I had more admiration for Chad Gable pre El Grande Americano than I do right now. So, yeah, it's not really like something I was, you know, out and out waiting for, or, you know, I wasn't too fussed if he was winning the championship or not. So, the fact that they had to just, you know, put the cherry on top with the Mad Dog mascot, oh, you could just see how impressed I was.
Oh man, honestly, it'll go down as one of the best SummerSlam moments of all time. It seems like they're going with Ethan Page as Chad's next opponent. I know he had a tag match with Penta against Dom and JD, but Ethan Page off a victory. Did he win that match? No, he didn't. He lost that match with Javon Evans, but he cut a promo in between. I don't know, like who's next in line for Chad? Is it someone that? Is it going to be a storyline that we're going to be, you know, moved by? Or is this kind of a, let's just wait to see it out, Dave?
I would like. There's one part of this whole thing that when it comes to Chad Gable, that I think they've missed a little bit. It's kind of like that. I can't remember who it was. It was kind of like, I don't know if it was Sami Zayn when he was coming out of the bloodline, and they were like people needed to gain. Oh no, it was Jay when Jay had left Roman, and he had to get the trust of everyone after just like stabbing everyone in the back. I think that like the whole redemption arc with him and the Luchadors was just a matter of 3 weeks of him just saying sorry to people, and then like doing a couple run-ins. I would have loved the idea that maybe this is where you could go rogue. I don't know if he's got the steam behind it, but you could have Ray Phoenix be like bitter about the whole thing. Like I don't know. Like, I know you already like forgave him and everything like that, but I just love the idea that there was like one bitter luchador that was like, I didn't really forget. And now you're on top, and like fuck you, and I'm gonna be a savage luchador on you. I mean, I think the coolest outcome would be like Penta going heel, because heel Penta is dope. He's so cool. Like you've seen his stuff.
I thought that's where they were going to go on Raw when he came out. I thought that's where it was going.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's too much of a merch seller. You know, when they're selling this much merch, I feel like they can't. I think it might be a bit early to go heel Penta.
Yeah, I mean, especially if he's putting out PSAs about speeding while driving. You can't be doing
spending,
that, bro.
Spending.
Sorry, spending.
I feel our I like how our the chat that we have, me, you, Lockie, sorry, Tony. That chat is always just Penta. There's like Penta reels just getting shared in there nearly every day. At the moment, it's just Penta and Great Khali.
Penta is that. I fucking love Penta, man.
Yeah.
He's dope. But yeah, that video, man, Hall of Fame video.
Yeah.
Let's move on to who I'm calling. I'm calling it the MVP of SummerSlam, Solo Dolo Sikoa. 6-man tag. LA Knight, Royce Keys Solo defeating Jacob Fatu and the Usos. And like you just did there, Dave, running it back. Solo running Jay's theme mid-match. Cinema. That's Solo Dolo. I'm rocking with him. Tony Free, surely you are too.
Oh, I loved every second of it. This is what we needed. This iteration of
Pew,
Solo.
pew.
Thank God they let this guy talk after 2 years in the main roster where he didn't say a word.
Mm-hmm.
They were missing out. Imagine if we had this Solo in the Bloodline. Oh, it would have been cinema.
It wouldn't have worked, I think, but it's now
Yeah, they
it's
would have
good
found a way.
context. Yeah. Obviously Jacob has a match on Raw against Royce Keys in a street fight where Jacob absolutely destroys him. During and then after the match too. But now I guess Royce Keys is out for a little bit. Solo Sikoa still the one member of the family that is not in the family. Are we gonna get is this like a Solo Jacob 2.0? I don't know if I really want to see this going on right now because Solo's just off doing his own thing. What are your thoughts on this one, Dave?
I was sort of just daydreaming about Solo just then, so you might have to ask me the question again. But I was actually just I was just reflecting on the fact that he came in as just an enforcer and wasn't saying anything, and I was just it actually is gobsmacking that this guy has unlocked this side of him. I think it's. I reckon what roster is he on? Is he on the same roster as Baron Corbin?
So I guess technically he's on SmackDown, but obviously with this 6-man, he's been on both.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know. I guess it would be SmackDown. So yeah, same one as Baron Corbin.
I feel like he should go for a mid card strap or something like that. Just something to or either that, or I think I could see him getting involved in the LA Knight storyline because I mean they're homies now, and I could see him. Well, I don't think he's just gonna sit in the back and do nothing after being the MVP of SummerSlam. I feel like this is the time to really do something with him.
There could be some fun parts coming off of that with obviously what we didn't talk about was how Roman said to the Bloodline, said, "Don't touch him, leave him to me."
Yeah.
And LA Knight getting in their faces. He's like, "Oh no, but your dad said not to touch me, so don't touch me, otherwise he's gonna come back." So I think there's maybe something there where Solo is also gonna be involved in that, and there's that kind of stipulation already set. So, yeah, man, that's gonna be fun.
I appreciate the way they've transitioned out of it. I know you're going to talk about the MFTs because I know you, and I know, yeah.
Come on now,
but
come on now.
Yeah, so I'm not going to cut your grass on that, but I do appreciate the way that WWE didn't feel the need to go balls to the wall with the MFTs breakup. They were like, okay, we've released 2 of them, cool. We didn't really give much of an explanation as to where they went. We just said 1 week they were gone, and then it came to this thing, and it's got this group that's not really working out. You know, Tama, Solo, they've been having problems for a while. Then they were just like, let's just cut the cord on them. Let's have Solo go full face, go do this thing, become mega entertaining, and then let's have the Tongan brothers go and join their dad, the Savage, and they better have a run. They better have a run with
King Haku. He is back.
Yeah.
And now we know the true what MFT truly stands for, bro. The MF and Tongues, man. We are back.
Yeah.
Finally. Yeah, I popped huge. I wasn't expecting it at all.
Yeah.
But seeing him come and it was crazy that it was in a backstage segment and then he comes out to the ring later.
Yeah.
But him just cutting the promo in Tongan, I said, hey man, the feeling is back.
Yeah.
I hit the Rock Goosebumps gimmick when he came out. I said, let's go, bro. We are here. Yeah, I agree. I think you have to give them the gold immediately. You can't not do it. But yeah, going back to the Solo stuff, it is. I'm daydreaming again. I'm like, yeah, it's crazy that they just sat him in there, being quiet, and now we're finally at this point now where we get to see his true character. So excited to see how that goes. Let's hit some quick dot points before we get out of here. Obviously, Gunther defeating Nick Aldis. Nick coming out to the Oasis theme. What did you guys think about Nick Aldis's performance? And then obviously he gets reinstated as SmackDown GM. But your thoughts on the match itself?
Thought it was great and good showing for Nick. Like good reminder of his his career outside of WWE for those probably who might not have been aware. So I think they touched on things really nicely. The championships he's won around the world. So nice little touch, and getting Mickey and the kid in there at the end, I thought was nice little moment for Nick to have his probably one and only WWE match.
They should have had the Mad Dog mascot come out after that match.
Yeah, bro.
True.
That's what I was saying. That's the spot for it. I mean, that was night one.
Yes.
So they were building to Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Saving him.
You can't just drop it all on Dave.
Nah, you're right.
They could have had like Minute Maid or something like that. I feel could have come out, or like or Blue Chew or some shit.
Dude wipes.
Dude wipes could have been good there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a bit of a shame, but apart from that, I really liked. I found it interesting. I wanted to know how they were gonna make that match exciting, because he's a pretty traditional wrestler. He doesn't do anything like too crazy,
flashy,
and I feel like when they have a lot of these matches, they kind of rely on spots rather than like full on wrestling matches, and it felt like a proper wrestling match, and I really enjoyed it. I thought the entrance was dope. Like having Oasis as your track, I think it just goes to show that this guy's got a ton of respect in the company.
Yeah,
because that would have cost an arm and a
big flex.
Yeah. So I loved it, man. I like this.
Yeah, shout out. Yeah, you know what? I thought for what it was fine. He did his thing, nice little moment, and then he's back to being SmackDown GM. Everything is, order is restored. Yeah. Fatal Influence defeating Paige and the Bellas, and I think this was probably the most expected turn of all time. The Bellas jumping Paige after, but it also seems, I think Brie got hurt in that match, right, Tony?
Apparently, yeah. I think she stayed out for like most of it. So
damn. So just as Nikki comes back,
man, they're cursed. These girls, like that's it.
It's one in, one out.
But you could do like this really funny thing where you get Paige to replace Brie now, even though Nikki just absolutely brutalized her. Like, he just always has to play the replacement whether she likes it or not.
Hey, listen, what happened last week? I'm so sorry about that.
Well, that's what they need, right? Like, I mean, the Bellas came back from Nikki saying, and I quote, "I wish you died in the womb." Her words, not mine.
Yes,
that was something she said, and now
put that on a t-shirt.
Now they're freaking. I mean, they have separate entrances, so I guess that it's not fully resolved.
Bremo.
Yeah, we don't need to be hearing that anymore. I can't believe that we're still hearing it in the Big 26.
I mean, dude, like when it comes to it's a dot point for sure. But the one thing that I feel like I need to talk to you guys about is like AI theme songs. I don't know if this is like irking. I mean, you're a music fan, Phil. Sure you are.
I like it.
But like Gable's theme song that's an AI theme song.
That has to be one. That is the worst song. It's actually just like ruined his return for me, I think.
It's pretty crazy, and I'm scared that this is going to become a trend in wrestling where Def Rebel's like, oh, Suno's a really efficient way of pumping out very specific songs about these wrestlers, where we can just give them a promo. We can say the wrestlers like this is the style we're going for, this is their gimmick, this is the genre of the music. You can even give it like a derivative. I've looked at the program before, and it takes you 30 seconds to make a song about anything. And when I heard Gable's theme song, I'm pretty sure that's just like the generic voice for like an American rock song.
No way.
You can tell with the vocals, because when the vocals are virtually flawless, like they are in that song, it sounds. They've clearly prompted, okay, and have a breakdown where you just say his name so that the crowd can like chant with that part of the song. So, I mean,
but the thing is, no one's chanting that.
I reckon they'll start chanting Gable. The part of his whole entrance, I think he needs to figure out, is this.
Yes, bro. Oh my god.
The offbeat clapping.
Like you have everything. So you have the yeet, you have the yes, you have the you have the dropout shout out, freaking Scotty Green and Tuckman. You have this.
Yes, sir.
Everyone's got their thing. Chad Gable's got an overhead clap right now.
I thought that was like, because yeah, he's doing it way off beat. I'm like, oh, maybe he's doing like a Viking clap thing and it's getting quicker. But it like stayed at the same tempo the whole time. I was like, nah, this guy doesn't have any rhythm. Why are we like, who okayed this?
I love him though. He's probably one of the best wrestlers in the country.
Yeah, 100%. But it's like, man, like sort it out. Like there's how many producers there? Like obviously Triple H, you see the clips of him doing the entrances.
Yeah.
Like they run through the entrances before. How like who's watching that and going, yep, that's good, let's do that.
Yeah.
Bro, there's gotta be at least one person there going, no, I don't think so. I don't think we do this. But hey man. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Baron Corbin. Biggest shock of the weekend, I thought, becoming United States champion with that furry white belt. Defeating Trick Williams. Lil Yachty taking not the best table spot I've ever seen,
Oh man.
but I can't imagine that I would do any better.
Can we talk about how like Corbin had to be like Yachty, and then he like slowly makes his way to the rope so that Yachty can hit him with the fucking thing. Oh man,
And
it's
he
so
hits
bad.
the rope like this. Instead of jumping off the ropes,
Yeah.
he goes.
And then waits to get hit.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. As a Lil Yachty defender on this podcast, I gotta say, it might be time for him to go.
Well, that comes at the same time that apparently there are negotiations on more with him.
Is that
Oh.
right?
I don't know, bro. I read a dirt sheet. I shouldn't be doing that, but
Hey, get out of those things, man. Stay out of that.
might be. But yeah, man. I don't know. He's when you talk about managers, right? Like when you're talking about like Heyman and where he's been effective, Trick Williams is the last person in need of a manager.
Yep.
Like,
I think it worked for a little bit. That gingerbread storyline, like I really liked his involvement in that.
vibes, just
But I don't know if we need. I think it's run its course now, and maybe you can put. Lil Yachty can turn heel. Maybe he can side with Corbin. I don't know. Maybe you can do that. You get the heat back on Trick.
fuck. I'm
Hell no.
like, what?
Hell no.
It really would have made that much sense. But I mean, yeah, I think I'm out. I'm kind of like, okay, we did this, and this was fun. So let's get back to business. You guys have anything you want to say about this Human Money's on a Pole match?
It happened.
Yeah, I think the Danhausen stuff I appreciate in segments and bits like that. I think I just had a bad taste in my mouth from the segment with Joe Hendry the week before. I think that maybe put this is getting into real corny territory.
Yeah.
And then the Human Money's on a Pole match kind of lost its fun to me. I was like, I feel like we just got too silly last week, and now we're doing this match, and this just feels a little bit far from where I think Dom should be. I don't think Dom should be the one. JD McDonough though, like you gotta take the good and the bad. JD McDonough is an absolute MVP whenever he's a part of anything ever. Like,
What about that choke slam he did on one of the mini houses? I was like, oh my god, you're trying to kill him.
yeah,
break
but that's because. But then they always get the get back on JD, man. He fires every move.
Yeah, JD has been in good form. The Danhausen stuff, I mean, yeah, I think maybe it's on ice now. Yeah, I think maybe they overdid it. What do you think, Tony?
I think I said it last week that they've overdone it. I think it's very oversaturated now, and yeah, I think the best thing about Danhausen before was he'd just pop up randomly in these like random little spots, but we're just getting way too much of it at the moment. So they need to just back up on that and just let him just come in spontaneously, and that's when he works best.
We saw the return of Big Cass on Raw. He took out Javon Evans after Javon had defeated Ethan Page. I mean, we saw the promos. We knew he was going to come. We just didn't know, who he was going to be against. And takes out Javon Evans. He, something I didn't notice at the time, but I saw on the internet, just so a lot of people were bringing mention to the fact that Corey Graves was quiet that
Yeah.
whole time that he was in the ring.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Wait,
I missed that. And I
what's the
forgot why.
law? What's the law? I
Oh,
forget.
Dave, you want to hit Tony with the
Oh,
law?
you want the gusto? You want the tea? You want the
Come on,
tea?
Is it
Mr.
a
Dirt Sheet?
Is it a
I can
mellow
also
thing?
fill you in on all the dating tea. I found out this morning that Liv Morgan's got a boyfriend, guys.
Oh, I knew that. Landon.
Um,
Yeah, Landon.
Not that,
He's
not that either of you would care.
it's a real estate
Tony
agent.
already knew, bro.
It's a real estate agent. I already sussed this guy out.
a real estate agent?
Yeah, her real estate agent.
So that's how she gets the best deals on properties below
That's
market.
how she got that farm. That's how she got that farm.
Off-market listing from that guy.
Yeah. Old
Wow.
Landon.
But you don't
Hate
know
that
about
guy.
the Corey
No, I
Graves
don't.
law, though.
Well, I
Is
found
it
out
a
about
is it a
Landon just
Carmella thing?
Yeah, Carmella's married. Oh, they have a child together, I believe. I think they're married, Carmella and Corey. Very happy
They are,
couple. Wish them all the best. In their past, Carmella used to be with Big Cass, and now Big Cass is back, and it's kind of like have you ever had a situation where you had to speak about your current girlfriend's ex-partner being like, he's back, he's back, and he's looking ripped.
Oh my
He's
god!
looking massive. Look at him. Look at the muscles on Cass. Look at him now. What?
And you can't teach
Obviously, he's not
that.
going to. Yeah.
Oh.
My take is, yeah, it's good that he's not back with Enzo because that thing would have been done within 3 months. Cass is great. I really want to prove wrong because I know that he's got a really, really sick personal journey, like from a couple of years ago
Addiction,
he was having
yeah.
a seizure at a infection from addiction and things like that, and to come back like this is so dope. So I'm really happy that he's made the comeback. I just don't want them to Alistair Black him. Comes back into the company and then just kind of does a U-turn and dips once they don't really know what's going on. I feel like, when you have people like Rusev in the company where it kind of feels like they've done that a little bit, where they come back in, they're these absolute powerhouses, they've gone away, come back, it's exciting, but then like where to? When you chuck them straight into a mid-card feud where they're just destroying people, where does it go from there? So
I have the same thoughts and feelings about that. I don't have anything else to add to that. Tony, what do you think about Big Cass?
I mean, I like that he went after Javon. I think that's a good starting point. But like you said, nothing personal. It's just business. So, yeah, I'm keen to see where they go. But I do have those I do have those concerns that you might fizzle out, and yeah, you might not see him in a year's time. So hopefully, this one's a bit different.
All right. Well, I think we have covered just about everything. Have I missed anything from this last week that anyone wants to get off their chest? Anything in the dirt sheets, perhaps?
No, I just want to get everyone's thoughts on Brock and Oba main eventing night one rather than the WWE Championship match. I think that's probably the main bit of debate out of night one SummerSlam.
Dave?
I think it was all right. I was happy with it because I saw the purpose for them. I mean, as long as you had a world championship main eventing one of the nights, I think it was sweet. I actually like the idea that the title doesn't always have to be at the top of the program, and especially in the circumstance of Brock in Minnesota, that felt like a retirement for him. I think I'd be more so like, oh, they gave him a retirement match on the middle of the card or at the beginning of the night. Like, I think that would be something where I'd be like, that feels more out of place. And if it's a big passing of the torch, obviously they want to present that in a way that it's taken seriously. So by having that kind of coronation moment at the end of the night, I think that was fitting for setting up the future stuff. When also I felt like CM Punk and Cody wasn't like the biggest build up to a match anyway. It's kind of like their feud started just from them getting kind of like annoyed at CM Punk chucking a belt over his shoulder and hitting Cody in the face. Like it wasn't, it's not like it kind of spiraled from just like petty shit.
Yeah.
That didn't feel like a main event build up to me, but yeah.
I think if the match that we saw, if that happened before Punk and Cody, and that whole passing of the torch moment and all those big spots, it would have just sucked the life out of that stadium for the main, like Cody and Punk. So I think just because of that, I think it had every right being the main event, and Cody and Punk being just before that. Yeah, I think it played out all right. I think it had to end on, that passing the torch moment, especially if the spot was like to expose the ring. You can't really like expose the ring and then put it back together again. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You would have to leave that ring exposed. You know what I mean? Just as it is. So yeah, I was okay with it. What did you think about it, Tony?
Yeah, I'm probably more of a traditionalist than I didn't really need to see Brock Lesnar main eventing in 2026. So yeah, I was a little bit surprised, but I can understand why, considering the retirement angle, Minnesota. I understand that. I thought maybe they could have probably started the show with Brock versus Oba. I thought that might have been a good way to kick things off. But in saying that, like the girls Liv and Io, match of the night contender anyway, so great way to kick off a show in the end.
Hey, look, before we get out of here and we say our goodbyes, just quickly, Tony Free, going back to our conversation before, Chris Jericho better than Brock Lesnar?
I'll have them as a coin toss at the moment.
Let's get out of here, bro. We need to leave. Let's get the hell out of here. Hey, bro, Dave, thank you so much for sitting in on these yaps.
Thank you for having me on the yaps. It's been
long awaited,
a long time coming.
Mm-hmm. And we're glad you're here, bro.
When we do our Mania watch party, it's going to be crazy, right?
Genuinely, like we could sort something out, right?
100%.
Who do we need to talk to?
We know Netflix.
We know Netflix.
We know Netflix personally.
We know Grayson Waller.
We know Grayson Waller.
Yep.
I haven't but
yeah, we could sort something out. Maybe let's pencil that in.
We know some people.
Yeah, we got people, bro. We can.
You guys have already talked about Grayson Waller, right? He's killing it.
We spoke about it last week. There was a new episode of NXT yesterday. This time, I'll be honest, I thought that the follow-up to last week's promo was a little bit underwhelming, but I might be sounding biased here. I don't know if anything of that has to do with Grayson's performance. I think it has to do with Tony D and Cruz Santana.
Yeah.
I don't know. What did you think about it?
I agree. I thought it was a little bit more... It was just that the format changed. The one before is that he had the microphone and he was rogue as fuck, and then obviously this was a scripted face-off between him and two other people, which it doesn't like... just in terms of... I don't know. I feel like Cruz is just kind of being chucked in there a little bit. Like I can see how it would be good if Tony D and Grayson went against each other, because they both have equal kind of like bragging and non-bragging rights on each other. Like Tony D's got the thing of, oh, you went up to the main roster, didn't work out, now you're here coming for my championship because that didn't work out, and then Grayson can be like, well, you're still here. You know what I mean? You haven't been. And he's got the whole thing. Like Grayson, the thing I like most about Grayson is he's a hustler. And the reason that he's back in NXT is because he just is an absolute grinder. And he's like, well, if I'm not up here doing a thing, I'm going to go down here because I just want to be active. I just want to shred it up. I want to have that work ethic about me, that dog about me. And I think that's perfect for what post New Day, like that's what he had to fucking do. It's kind of hard to do that on the main roster. So that's great. Remember when Tony D'Angelo used to be like a hey,
mob boss?
Yeah. Now he's I don't know what he is now, man.
Tony Free, now that you finished The Sopranos, your thoughts on the Tony D character, and was it true and was it respectful to The Sopranos TV show?
Good question. Well, in perspective of things and the way Tony D's career's kind of played out, and the fact that he is still in NXT, it's disrespectful to the memory of one of the all-time greats, James Gandolfini. I hope I said his name right.
Gandolfini?
Gandolfini? Sorry.
Speaking of respect.
R.I.P. my dude. R.I.P. my dude.
Is he top 25 actors, James Gandolfini? Or is he top 10?
He's top
He's
25.
So he's
25.
okay. So
Hey, top 10.
Tony
Top 10.
Soprano is
Top
Brock
10
Lesnar.
stacked.
Okay.
Yes.
James Gandolfini is the Brock Lesnar of acting. Is what
I
you're
really
saying?
want.
Yes.
I really want to listen to the next episode, being you guys talking about your top 25 wrestlers. I think that is a point. Actually, I think will be way more interesting than a Mount Rushmore. Everyone like crams like 4 in a Mount Rushmore, and I think that they leave out so many, and some of the ones that go in and never really. Like my one thing, and it's probably because of the personal stuff, but also I just didn't grow up in that era. Whenever someone says, "Oh, got to have Hulk Hogan on the Mount Rushmore," I'm like, that's just a waste of rock space on Mount Rushmore.
I feel like I'm in that boat because I'm like, well, you have to, but I've never really questioned like, do you? Like in my mind, I'm like, yeah, well, like he just has to be there.
Well, yeah, he's a pioneer for sure, but like now there's different metrics.
Yes.
Yeah, like how long are we gonna have one person as a pioneer? How do we say the whole entire modern era? You have to have Roman Reigns on a Mount Rushmore of wrestling. Yeah, for
You have to.
for ruthless aggression through that era, for capturing my imagination as a wrestling fan. How do you not have John Cena? Things like that. I just I don't know how long you have to have Hulk Hogan on your Mount Rushmore for.
Here's what we do, right? Live podcast on the WrestleMania 43 weekend when we have this viewing party. Live podcast, you're part of it. We get some other guests, maybe Lucky, Andrew Yee, for example, and we sit down and we rank the top 25 wrestlers of all time. And
Sounds good.
I think we have to do that. Let's pencil that in as well. Add it to the calendar.
Done.
All right.
do
But
it.
look, let's get out of here, man. We've been yapping for ages, but I've enjoyed every single second of it.
Likewise.
Dave, where can the people find you? At Granny Flat Comedy?
Oh, actually no, because the people in here are wrestling fans. I think you probably want them going to my personal, because that's where most of the stuff pertaining to them will be going down. So Dave Hoey, just on Instagram,
Socials,
and
everything in between.
And if you see me in a ring soon, don't be surprised. Yeah.
Yeah. TF.
Yeah.
Any plans for this weekend, my boy?
I actually have no idea. I was trying to figure out what day it was this morning, so everything's a bit of a blur at the moment. But you'll see me wherever you see me. That's all I'll say.
If you are in the Wollongong area and you see Tony Free, let us know at Graps and Yaps.
out
Boys, thank
Tuck
you
Man.
again. Oh, Tucky.
Another great from
Yeah.
Wollongong.
Hey
We
man,
adopted
don't be doxing my boy like that. All right, come on now.
We adopted him.
That's all right. He's living in Tampa, but wherever the performance center is now. Let's get out of here, guys. Thank you again, and we'll see y'all next week.
Yeet.
Cheers, boys.